spit raps like a heart attack. Fast fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions. Jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet out. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Minishot here, and now, before we do begin, I do have a few things to say. Going into this series, I'm assuming everybody knows what Monster Musume is, the plot of it, and, well, the way the story would work. Now, Monster Musume is basically a romantic comedy show that does focus around the guy's life with monster girls. Now, mutation quirks do not exist. People who are monsters, or are the people in the exchange program, they share traits with mythical creatures, such as mermaids, harpies, and centaurs. Now, some even are actually these mythical creatures. And that is exactly where things will begin. Basically, there are no mutation quirks. Instead, it's just, oh hey, you have a monster human walking down the street. It's just that. They're a mythical creature. They're not human. Well, maybe they do share human traits, but that's just about it. Now, with that being said, quirks do exist. And Izuku, he is not a pro hero. Instead, he is actually the son of two actors. And Deku, he actually was a little bit more famous. He started acting whenever he was a child. He had private tutors, and he grew up actually in the world or the spotlight. Now, Deku, he's getting off of his latest role. And he does get off the phone with somebody, hearing about what's going on. As it was strange. And Deku, he does arrive home. Now, whenever he would arrive, he does actually pull up to see a few things. As there's a woman staying there, and he's confused. As whenever he does arrive, he does get out of his vehicle and asks exactly what's going on. Oh, hello. You are Izuku Midoriya. I was so surprised to see your name on the paperwork. Her gonna throw out her hand, and Deku does go to hesitantly bring his hand out and shake it. Right. How did you get past my gate? And why are you parked in my driveway? Ah, yes. You see, there's actually a very good explanation for that. Have you heard about the the interspecies exchange program? No, I don't think I have. I've been a bit too busy actually to be following the news. I've talked with a few of the other people I know about it, but they don't know too much either. Okay, well, you have been selected to host a demi-human, as we'll call them. Really? Yes. They are vaguely humanoid people, and they share traits with monsters. And, well, a lot of people are hosting. And we were curious if you, as with your publicity, would want to do that. That's not really up for me to decide. My parents own the house. Right, but we've already called them. Both of them think that it would be very good. And they wanted to get your input since you'd be living with them. Right. Okay, it's a big house. I don't really care. Perfect. Okay, well, here's my card. We'll talk to you and let you know whenever she'll be coming by. She? Yes. We believe that we've already had someone picked out for the location. In fact, it actually might work out well. the person is going to get in their car and drive away. And Deku, later that week, somebody does arrive to his door. However, there's a bit of a problem. Whenever he opened up the door, there were 4 people standing there. Huh? Hello. Hi. Hey. Hi. So, is this the right place? I mean, it's huge. I mean, it looks like the right place. Yeah, it seems to be alright. So, what are we going to be doing here then? Uh, hang on a minute. I was under the assumption that there was only one of you. Hmm? What do you mean? Yeah, this is the correct address. You're Izuku Midoriya, right? Yes, I was. Okay, then why don't you 4 come in? Now, they would all come walking in. And Deku, he does have a phone call to make. As Narita's gonna step outside, he does gonna start calling somebody. Hello? Hey, I had a question exactly. Oh, Mr. Midoriya, I wasn't expecting your call. I would assume that your exchange person has arrived. Yeah, you see, that was just the problem. Why are there 4 of them? 4 of them? What do you mean? Listen, I opened my door and there were 4 people there. I'm just curious as to why. That shouldn't be right. Hang on. I'll give you a call back. Now, they're going to hang up. And Deku, he's left standing there. Of course. Okay, I'm going to turn back around. And walking inside. Trying to get these 4 settled. And after introductions are put through, there is actually what Deku does notice. Deku, he meets Katrina, the girl who has tiger traits and white hair. And whenever he does go to shake her hand, she actually is very shy. And in fact, she has somewhat recoil whenever Deku, he brought out his hand. And whenever she did try to apologize for that, Deku, he did try to somewhat understand. As she just did say that it was very nice to meet him. And she did go to bring her hands up as if trying to create a barrier in between both of them. Okay, sorry. Um, it's a pleasure to meet you. Okay, Deku gonna bring up his hand, trying to shake the dragon's hand. As she's gonna bring out her hand and talk about how her name's Lisa. Nice to meet you, Lisa. Okay, alright. Deku gonna walk over and bring out his hand to the other demi-human. As Narita is going to bring out his hand, there is actually one of the other twins, you can assume, is going to bring out their own. And Deku, while he was still looking at the other one, they do get to speak. It's a pleasure to meet him. Uh, okay, it's nice to meet both of you. Actually, we are the same person. Huh? Now, Deku's phone is going to buzz. As Narita is going to someone to bring up his hand to answer it, he does talk about how he has to take this. Sorry. No, that is perfectly fine. Okay, so Deku walking to the hallway. Exactly what's going on? Right. I made some phone calls and I asked around. It seems that there was a bit of an error. What kind of error exactly? Well, have you met them yet? I have. They're an interesting bunch. One of them, well, the twins, I'm assuming, they're saying that they're the same person. Oh, yes. The Arthurus, if I have this right. Geez, this person needs to brush up on their handwriting. Right. Okay, so this must be where the error came into play. Okay, so I'm looking over all of this, and I'm gonna have to apologize beforehand. Listen, the whole thing about this is the Arthurist, she's technically listed as a single candidate, but we more or less count things per person, and we're not used to dealing with them yet. So we accidentally listed them as twins. And we're assuming that with that error there, you were listed as what's the proper word? A place that would be able to be able to house multiple demi-humans. Okay, so are you saying that right now I have four strangers in my house because you fucked up paperwork? Um, it wasn't me who messed it up. I'm okay, fine. Listen, just please sort this out soon, and I hope that we can just get the solution solved. Because while they could stay here, I'm not too sure if this place would be the best for them. Really? Yeah, I mean, it's, well, I just don't know how to say it. You're sure? You, nice, handsome guy, famous actor, don't want to be stuck in a house with four beautiful women? Okay, I don't like what you're insinuating, and I am not sure why you are complaining. Just please find a way to fix this. Okay, I'll see what I can do, and hopefully we can get the solution solved. And if they can't be moved, then for right now, you might be stuck housing them. Are you kidding me? No. Alright, let me call around for a minute and see what's going on. I'll get back to you whenever I can. Now, after the phone call does end, Deku, he's somewhat annoyed. And he's trying to think. Okay. Him walking back into the room and trying to explain it. And the other two, they're somewhat confused. And it actually is kind of interesting to them. They've never met an Arthurus. Now, it's so strange. You could be talking to one and you can go to turn and look at the other one and just say something. And it's still the same person. I mean, they could be in separate rooms having different conversations, but they're still the same person. That makes no sense. Now, Deku, after sitting them all down and talking about this, he will go to say he can show them places that they can set down their luggage for right now, and at least try and give them a bit of a tour around the house. But other than that, he's gonna have to at least do a few things first. And, well, get them properly settled in is going to be somewhat difficult. Now, they would also want to understand. And Deku, yeah. After finding them rooms and a place to stay, he does at least try to ask Arthurus about exactly if she wants a separate room than herself. That's going to get confusing real fast. No, one room will be fine. Are you sure? I mean, I understand, well, your logic there, but if you need two, there's a bigger one down the hall. Really? Yeah, I mean, granted, guest bedrooms here are still a bit larger, but are you certain you don't want to, you know, have two rooms? It wouldn't really be that big of a deal here. No, I believe that I will be fine, but thank you. All right, well, I'm gonna get going then. I would actually like to ask you a question. Hmm? Oh, um, sure. So, you're an actor, correct? Right? Perfect. I would like to discuss with you screenplay ideas. Screenplay? Yes. I myself do fancy myself to be a writer, and I was actually very curious about what you might know. Now, they were starting to get closer to Deku, and Deku can tell they're overly excited about this idea. As the moment Deku he does get to step out of the room, he actually does do so because of the fact that he was being pushed a bit too closely, and privacy was being invaded. Now, Deku would try to tell them, explain to them, he's not a writer. He follows what words he's told to talk. And screenplay ideas, yeah, they're basically what the director and everyone else handles. He is basically just told to do certain actions and do what he needs to. And, well, follow those directions. Basically, make a good performance. Now, Deku he does try to explain a little bit though. From what he does know about it, it's a bit harder than it does seem. I mean, the words need to translate correctly, and the actions, they need to be put in a way that would be believable, along with even realistic character writing. Now, that is somewhat tricky, since, well, if you don't find the right balance, it's going to flop. Now, Arthurus, they do at least keep that in mind. As Deku, he is able to get away. Now, Deku, he actually is somewhat happy about that. And there is whenever he is walking down the hallway, and he does try to make a few phone calls. Hello? Hi. Listen, I know this might be a bit strange, but is there any way that you could pick up some supplies for me? Mr. Midoriya, I was under the assumption that shopping for the week was already done. Yeah, sorry. It's not. Listen, I'm hosting some demi-humans at the house, and I was wondering if you can help me out. I mean, from what my understanding is, they might all be carnivorous. So, I'm not too sure if I should ask them straight out or flat out, but I feel like that would be rude. I know that their palates may be more meat focused, but if you could pick up some stuff for a nice meal, I would very much appreciate it. Hmm. I understand, Mr. Midoriya. We'll see what we can do. Would you like us to look into demi-humans more? Um, if it wasn't be too much trouble, then I would be able to offer you some, well, you know, a good fee for it. Mr. Midoriya, you don't have to pay us. I mean, tips are much appreciated, but no, no, please. I insist. I'm bothering you with this. Alright, please just arrive as soon as you can. There's no rush. Deku gonna hang up. And there actually was somebody who they were a bit curious about talking to Midoriya. And Midoriya, yeah, he does gonna turn and see them. Them gonna bring their hands up, talking about how they weren't trying to eavesdrop on him. Jesus. Oh God, you scared me. I do apologize. Are you okay? I'm going to step forwards. However, they do try to bring their hands up. I didn't mean it. Um, you're wearing a, isn't that for cooking? Oh, no, this. Most artists, they wear it. They wish to not dirty their clothes. However, being here, I do believe that this is something that I will have to get used to. Oh, you're an artist? Yes, it's more of a hobby, but I'm hoping to one day be very well known for my art. Oh, that's cool. Uh, do you paint or do you draw on the internet, maybe? Oh, um, I try to dabble. It's sort of strange and pricey whenever I try to compare it. So I stick to what I know. Neat. Okay, well, I gotta go then. Now, Deku would go to do his own thing, as whenever he does gotta leave the house for a minute to go run a bit of errands and even talk to a few people about a movie that's gonna be coming out soon, there is where Deku, he would arrive home a bit later. And whenever he does so, there is actually where Deku, he does have someone preparing some food. And he would walk in and see it. As the person, they would try to explain that they are done for this evening. And they do try to ask Mr. Midori if he would like anything else. Oh, no thanks. That's very much appreciated. Hang on. Uh, okay, here. Deku pulling out from his wallet a good stack of cash, and the person going to look down towards it, their eyes somewhat widening before asking if that's really alright. Yeah, it's alright. I'm about to make a bunch of money from a movie anyways. Just take the cash and thanks for your help. If I call you again, would that be too much trouble? No, not at all. Person taking the cash and going to walk away. As Deku, he does sit down with nobody. There's a feast directly in front of him, and he's actually a little hungry. Okay, so let's see what to do. Alright, I'm going to stand up and walk. Him knocking on the doors to try and get people's attention, and informing them that there's been some food prepared, and that if they're going to come down to eat, they should do so right now, since he had somebody prepare them a bit extra, since it was their first day here. Now, Deku, he does get a response from at least 2 of the 3. Or 4. That's gonna get confusing real fast, actually. Anyways, now, Deku, he does gotta walk to a room. Him going to knock on it, as it is Lisa's. Hello? Lisa, are you here? Listen, a friend of mine made dinner, and, well, it's a celebration for your guys' first night. I know you probably are tired and we can set a plate aside for you, but it would be very much appreciated if you came down. Lisa? Deku knocking on the door again, and this time he does hear something fall over, as he thinks for a minute that Lisa, she may have hit her head. Him asking if she's okay, and getting no response. Okay, let's do this. Deku going to open the door and run in, asking if she's okay. Now, Deku, yeah. We do get to another part of the mansion, where Elena and Katrina, they're both talking. Right now they're sitting down to eat, and they're just waiting on the other 2. So, exactly what do you do? Not much. I'm an aspiring artist. In fact, it was more of a hobby before we came over here. And that's, something that I'm trying to turn into a profession. I mean, I used to work this other job, but it was a little strange. What about you? Oh, I'm a writer. And it's actually something that I really do. This being a loud scream does cut in. And Deku is currently running out of her room. As, well, you know, Lisa, she was trying to do something very quickly. She was actually trying to put together something that she thought would be very nice. Since, well, she does have an eye for fashion. And Deku, yeah. He sort of interrupted that. As right now, Lisa, she's trying to chase him down, talking about how he shouldn't have fucking came in. What was I supposed to do? You fell over. Besides, you didn't answer me. How was I supposed to know you were... Okay, I will let you off this time, but if you go in my room again, then I will cut you. And not with my scissors. Alright? Besides, you ruined the look of the outfit. The outfit? You were basically just covered in scraps. Besides, you clawed it up. I clawed it up? Alright. My nails allow me to get a more precise cut. I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. Come here. Okay, listen. Just calm down. Now, this is actually where Elena is going to step up, as she's trying to explain the situation. Their host prepared them a very nice meal, and from what they can tell, a lot of this stuff is actually attuned to their palate. Just look at the food set out. Now, after Lisa does get a look around, she'll see at least one of her favorite foods, since it is just very good. And she is going to somewhat forget about what happened earlier. Her going to try and compose herself to take a seat, expressing how she will forgive him since it was an honest mistake. Now, Deku, yeah, he does try to sit down and think about what's going to be happening. Okay, the first day, and he already almost had his head taken off. This is not going to be easy. Now, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed, have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next mini shot.